live. The clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking.
All right, so that should pop up here. This is gonna go on. Wireless wired mic.
Ooh, I'm excited.
It's gonna be good. Do you know the title of this episode?
I know the season and the episode number.
All right, so before I hit that,
Okay.
how to deal with a spouse or partner who is not on the fitness journey for life.
Okay.
How to deal with a spouse or partner who is not on the fitness journey for life. All right. Here we go, that's up. This is Joey Atlas and
Nick Doherty.
back with, what are we back with here?
We are back with the podcast.
And what is it? What is it, a new
Wellness.
season or something? Or
Yeah, let me give you the title. That's going to stay the same. Well, actually, we've had it updated a few times.
Yeah.
The Wellness and Weight Loss Podcast for Women.
And men.
Video and podcast show.
Video and podcast show.
Yeah.
What season is this?
This is season number
Season number 2. Episode number 1 of season 2. If you've been watching, and you're watching now, you will notice some new surroundings. We're still rough drafting this. Like, we're not done yet. Like, we're not fully moved in. You can only see this. We got the rest of the place. We still have a lot of work to do this weekend. Today's Thursday, August what?
27.
27. So tomorrow through Sunday, we will be finishing the move-in, getting situated in here. Next podcast show might go down here. It might look a bit different because we got some special coordinating and layout we're going to do. But this is what we got today, early on in the move. So this is recording. We got season 2, episode number 1. Did we give the title yet?
I think
It's a
Facebook got
long one.
Facebook got it behind the scenes. I
It's a
don't think
long
we've
one.
said that on the official podcast.
All right, so you want to give it a go? Do you remember what I just told you? Let's see.
I think it just sounds so much better coming out of your mouth.
All right, so this is not an obvious topic when it comes to this stuff, but it's important and it's more widespread than people know. How to deal with a spouse or partner who is not on the fitness journey for life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Right?
We actually had a client come in and talk to us about this the other day.
Oh, it happens often.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about some variations of this topic. We're going to get this shared into our Facebook groups so that anybody who's waiting for us to see this live can see it.
What's the Facebook group for those that may not already be in there?
You know, I can't do 2 things at once, so I'm going to need you to...
All right, the official SCULPTAFIT Club Worldwide Fitness Community. If you are not
spell
in
out
there,
SCULPTAFIT for them.
SCULPTAFIT. If you're not in there, get in there. It is a wealth of knowledge, of community, of just everything you could imagine.
Support, tips. We got some good freebies circulating in there too, by the way.
Yeah.
And we're creating more freebies because we got people who are actually using our programs, being coached by us, using Total Access, who are in there, sharing a lot of goodness. And we have people that are just coming in there from one freebie. They take the next step into the group, still looking for more freebies because they want to get their feet wet.
Yep.
We might be totally new to you. So they're coming in, they're trying some free video training sessions at home or at the office or wherever, even at the gym sometimes if their gyms are open. And they're getting a taste of what we offer because we're new to them. And people are realizing, wow, this is different. This is really good. I want more. I see everybody else in here talking about all these programs they're doing and these cool names and where do I sign up? Where do I sign up for the full package? So we got a lot of good stuff going on in there. No pressure. Create relationships.
Yeah.
Start seeing and feeling the good energy. And you may even bump into us in there as well.
It's like a built-in best friend group.
Big time.
From the get-go.
No negativity, all positivity. Nobody being forced to do anything they don't want. It's all coming from a very loving and supportive place with a powerful method and approach, by the way.
Check it out.
All right, so Cindy B's already tuning in. Cindy B, it's good to see you. New studio, yes.
Yes, Cindy, it's great in here.
All right, so let's see here. I want to make sure we're not frozen up. We're going to get right into the material. So I'm drinking my lemon lime Waterloo today.
Nice.
Different flavor.
I would say usually you should go the strawberry one, right? Sometimes.
Strawberry's good.
Mm-hmm.
Grape is good. Blueberry is really good.
Oh.
They're not sweet. There's no sweetener in there. They just have the essence
Right.
of it. All right. So I'm going to try to keep an eye on this. Make sure we're not ignoring all of our good friends and clients tuning in. If you're here, let's see. Let's open up these comments. Post below. Let us know where you're watching from. And tag a friend, at least one friend, who would like to either see this, join in, or watch the replay after the fact. Let's get them in here. Share it, tag them, however you want to get them involved. All right, so do you remember the title? Now that I just spelled it out perfectly, what is the title again?
Oh, again.
Again.
If your loved one, spouse, significant other is not on the fitness journey for life.
That's it. How to deal with a
What do you
spouse
do?
or partner who is not on the fitness journey for life. So it's challenging enough for somebody to take the first steps of getting on the right health and fitness path, right? You got to figure out the exercise part, got to figure out the nutrition part, the supplement part, the schedule part. We got to
Right.
figure out all these things,
A lot of things.
right?
going on.
So that's why people come to us for materials. Some people step up to coaching. Some people locally here step up to the personal training packages.
Mhm.
Aside from the obvious, you then have the other dynamics of a person's life, which one of those things is usually a spouse, partner, significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, what have you. And if that person is either on the path already
Right.
or willing to do it with them, that's perfect,
Yep.
right? Ideal scenario. Often that's not the case.
Right.
Often the case is they are not interested, they don't care, they don't want to do this. I want to do it, but they don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're actually very much against it.
Right.
Right? So you have all these different scenarios. Now, we find that as a person gets going, either early on because we ask about it, how is your home life? You know, what's the situation with other people? Are they supportive? Do they just eat and drink whatever they want and not exercise? We start to get that. But sometimes they will come forth before we even have that conversation, and they'll say, yeah, my so-and-so, you know, I have to make them their dinner, and then I make my really healthy, delicious dinner with a lot of veggies and salad stuff and good protein, which they're not interested in. They want heavy dinners, traditional dinners that are just not on my program anymore, right? So we end up having to help them navigate this relationship dynamic
Right.
in their house. And there are others too, like some women or men have friends who are, you know, groups of friends where none of them, or maybe one other one, is like interested in taking care of their health.
Mm-hmm.
But the majority of them, they like to get together, eat, drink, stay on the couch, sit down, play cards, whatever, which is the opposite of where this other person wants to go. Sometimes they have to make new friends, right? But we're talking about the main dynamic of the spouse or partner in the same household who is not on the fitness journey for life. Have you experienced working with people who are in one or more of those scenarios? Which one is like the most prevalent you've come across?
So I've heard directly, almost word for word, I cook my own meal and then I have to cook another meal for my spouse or sometimes my kids, all of that.
Uh-huh. So, nutrition. Nutrition happens at mealtime. Let's take dinner scenario, right? It's time to cook dinner. First, who actually cooks the dinner? If it's the mom, right, the wife, she's got to make dinner for at least one person or the family, right? And then if she's on a different path with different nutritional menu, then she's making her own stuff. Now, that being said, here's where the dynamics come into play.
Right.
There are times when either that other person or the family does not support them doing things differently. Mm-hmm. There are plenty of times, though, where they fully support. Let's say mom, the wife. They fully support her. as like, they don't put down her choice of different foods, different meals, slightly different preparation. They're good with it, they like it, they support it, they're positive about it, but they still do their own thing. Like, they still expect their traditional dinner, heavier dinner, to be there for them. That can be a challenge sometimes, especially early on, but once they get used to it, as long as they have the support, it's a very strong dynamic.
Yeah.
It's positive, nobody's making fun of them, nobody's putting them down, nobody's trying to derail them. The problem, again, that only takes a little bit of learning. Oh, okay, I can do my stuff like this because I'm learning how to do it fast and easy, and I'm actually learning how to make their stuff quick and easy as well. And they're supporting me, they're actually helping me. Some will get help when they realize, hey, mom wants to take care of herself. Like, let's help with the kitchen load, right?
Absolutely.
The problem starts, the real friction starts when that other person or those people have a negative charge against these positive actions, right? These new habits they're trying to employ and develop. It could be remarks, it could be indirect negativity, negative energy, looks, them doing silly things like, oh, I want to eat at a different time now, or why can't you eat like I do anymore? It just comes out in different ways for different people. Different communication styles and different mindsets will manifest these kinds of reactions in different ways. But negative is negative, regardless of which way it comes out. And so this is the kind of thing that we actually have to support people on, right? So it's, if we're coaching people privately, directly, we become their support person. Like, either it's by text or email, or when we're in person together, we're having a talk that helps them see the bigger picture, right? Maybe helps them put that other person into better perspective, understanding maybe what's going on in that person's mind. Do they feel threatened? Do they feel envious? Do they feel scared for themselves? Do they feel left behind? Maybe they wanted a direct invite to come join in, and maybe not. So the key, and so you have the nutrition part, and then you have the exercise part, right? So now this person who is on the healthy fitness journey for life, they're showing up for their exercise, either in personal training sessions or at home. They're carving out their time, like whenever. It might be 5:30 a.m. They're up early. They're in the exercise room, or they're in the basement, or they're in the upstairs room, wherever it is. And that other partner or spouse in the household now is witnessing that. They're seeing it. They're feeling that energy. And they may still be in bed, or after work they may be on the couch watching TV, but their significant other is like taking control of their life, right? So the negativity could come back. What ways have you seen like possible negativity manifest in the exercise situation?
In the home exercise situation, a lot of, so we're earlier morning people. A lot of spouses or significant others try to keep them in bed. It's too early. Why are you doing that? Or the huff that goes around.
It's right, and it's subtle, but it's like they're watching them get out of bed, get their exercise gear on, and there could be guilt, right? There could be sometimes they can't even explain what they're feeling. They're just like scared,
it's
like
fear,
right? A fear. They're taking care of themselves now. They're putting in the extra effort to get up early. I'm not. That means I'm not willing to take care of myself. But what if she lives longer than I do? Or what if I, right?
Sometimes the fear of being just left behind, but not yet willing to put in the work.
Right. Right. So there's that negative, that subtle negative pull, right? Which is maybe they're not attacking the person, but they're staying stuck in their same lifestyle, and so that can be felt over time. As long as that person doesn't get negative toward the proactive one will eventually develop a sense of independence. Like, I'm doing this for me. I would love for them to do it with me. I've mentioned that to them.
Right.
It's available to them.
Right.
But if they personally choose not to, I can't do anything about that.
Right.
But I know I want to take care of my life. That becomes easier, stronger, and more natural to live with that mindset, right? So we get them over that hump. The problems are when the negativity starts.
Verbally.
And verbally,
more openly.
action-wise, just even the energy.
Yeah.
Like if there could be negative thoughts going on the inside of the person. They may not do anything, they may not say anything, but it manifests in even things and words that are not said or not done.
Right.
Right. So, and this is really where people are challenged, right? So, how do we handle that, right? So now there's short term and there's long term. I've got a few clients dealing with a couple variations of this right now.
Right.
One of them specifically is a long-term issue. Picture this. Picture a person who's been trying most of their life to like find the right thing. Mm-hmm. They never give up. Mm-hmm. They've tried this, full effort. They've tried that, full effort. They've tried this. And decades go by, right? We know people, I've been into fitness my whole life and just still looking for that thing, right? They're always trying. They're always like, their mindset is always, I'm going to take care of myself and get in shape somehow, some way. They try, all the mass media diets. I'm going to do keto. I'll do all protein. I'll do zero carbs. I'll do, paleo, whatever, right? And so they're on this perpetual, right? Now that other person in their life usually is just witnessing it. And maybe sometimes they'll actually, I'll do it too, right? 1 week they're done. Or I'll do it too this time. Like, not as often as the other person, but every now and again, maybe they'll try, or maybe in their own way. But there are people who dysfunctionally live like that on purpose. They never want to fully commit, right? So I'll try it this new year, so everybody can see, and even in my own head, I can tell myself, hey, at least I tried again, and I tried again. But most of the time, when you look at them, they don't look like they're trying. Like they tried for a week, and they're gaining more weight now. They still have a belly, they still complain of bad energy, their cholesterol's going up. So picture the serious person who really wants to find a way and stick with it forever, right? Picture them finding something, finally, discovered it, right? They're on, and a few months go by, and they're kicking butt. But the other person who's like an on-purpose, on again, off again, because that's how I want to be. I just want it to look like I'm trying sometimes. They see this other person like now fully committed, lifestyle, sunrise to sunset. Like this is how they live, right? They found what they want. They're living that way forever now.
Right.
Now they're like, oh man, now what do I do? Because they're not kind of like on, off, not finding the thing, and I can't play my charade anymore.
Right.
They found it.
That's it.
I see it.
Right.
I should be doing it.
Right.
Because they found it.
Right.
They did the hard work. Quite often, that person is not ready to let go of their old ways of living. Eating whatever they want, drinking whatever they want, being lazy, not exercising, not being serious, saying, oh, I'm so busy, but meanwhile they've wasted half the day on the phone, on social media, and on the couch watching TV or whatever, or sleeping, extra sleeping. If they are in that mindset and not ready to let go of all these bad habits that are hard to let go for a lot of people, like it's hard to let go of all the traditional ways people live, right? They've been programmed to live that way by society. It's hard to say, oh, I'm going to stop doing all that now, right? So when they see this other person, like, oh man, it's month number 2, it's month number 3, it's 6 months. Like, what can happen is things could get very negatively charged. Like, they could start rebelling, retaliating. It could be offhanded remarks, like, name calling, but not awful, vicious name calling, just like digs or sarcasm, sarcastic type names. And sometimes it can even trigger that person to go even further in the opposite direction. Like, do more self-destructive things, eat more garbage more often, worse choices, drink even more, do things that are antagonistic against the other person while sacrificing themselves, and maybe saying things, maybe doing certain things, or trying to see if they can somehow discourage or derail that person, right? If you've ever come across that, which I know you have at least once, maybe more, because it happens more often than people think. That's why we're talking about this, because we've had a lot of inquiries. Hey, how do I deal with a person like this in my life? How do other people cope with somebody like this in their life? What are a few tips for somebody to start dealing with, like, the real negativity that's starting to become evident when somebody has really, really got good momentum, they're making progress that is making other people realize, wow, they're doing it, like they found it, right? What would you talk somebody through as a client, like, to start addressing and handling some of that?
First off, don't stop. Right?
Simple, but true. Don't stop.
Yeah. You're on this way of life, and you've made this decision for yourself and for your loved ones. So keep going. And two, it depends on the person and the relationship, but usually it comes down to, what is that other person feeling? Usually, again, they're scared, they're angry, they don't want to be left behind. Maybe they think that you're trying to take care of yourself because there's somebody else, or this or that. There's a bunch of things potentially in their head. So what I've had success with a few clients is reaching out to the other person saying, hey, can I talk to you? Like, I want to talk about why this is important for me and why I want to do this for us. And not even saying I need you to be active, although sometimes they do, right? And you get to that point. But that's not the first conversation. The first conversation is, hey, I've done this big thing. I'm kind of really proud of it. And I've done it not only for me, but for us. And I want to talk to you about why you seem to not be on this path with me. So usually it's, okay, are you able to have a open conversation where you're vulnerable, you're sharing your fears to potentially, have them open up and talk to you as well. Sometimes that talk is great, and sometimes it doesn't happen depending on the person.
That's huge. Communication right there. So,
but first, don't stop.
Yeah, don't stop. Keep going, because in your heart of hearts, you know you're doing the right thing for yourself. And truly, you're being your best for those people around you as well. They can only benefit from a healthier, stronger you. The key now is what Nikki was saying, communication. So whether that communication happens at the start of your new journey or somewhere like a few months in, where maybe some of these dysfunctions of the relationship become more evident, it becomes time for those conversations, right? So the key is how and what you communicate, right? It's very easy to go back at somebody, especially if there's some negatively charged feelings, which happens sometimes in relationships, and there's a really antagonistic force going both ways. You want to lash out, maybe you want to say something mean to that person, like, well, you're not looking so great, you should really get yourself in shape. That's not going to work. It's only going to make it worse. So we're not saying that's what you need to be talking about. This has to come from a place of love. Love for yourself, true love for that other person or those other people in your life. And it has to be positioned in a way that maybe makes them start to see things that they weren't thinking of, okay? For example, I know in my life, in my past, I've had partners, spouses, who saw my efforts of wanting to be fit and in shape and healthy as coming from a place of pure vanity in me. And by the time I got into mid-adulthood, the vanity stuff was dissipating very, very quickly. When I was younger, yes, it was a big part. But they were seeing my efforts mostly, they were thinking it was mostly vanity purposes, and they felt threatened by that. So I had to communicate to them that vanity is still a part of this for me, but what's becoming more important is my health, my wellness, my longevity. I have kids now. I want to be around for these kids. I would tell them, I want to be around for you. Like, I'm doing this also for you. And saying that instead of, why don't you just leave me alone? You need to get yourself in better shape too. You're not looking great, or you can afford to lose a few pounds, or however it comes out, it's very different. And that's going to get a different reaction from that person. We're not saying that having the intelligent, well-thought, polite, gentle, loving conversation that's coming from a place of self-care and being your best for your loved ones is always going to work, but it's going to work better, more often, and it will set the stage for possibly future conversations to be more productive and more fruitful, right? So maybe they don't accept that message now. Maybe they still have some animosity, or they're still unsure about how they're going to make sense of all this, of their spouse now being on this new path that maybe they weren't on before in their lifetime, right? Communication from a strong, loving, caring place that includes them as one of the reasons why you're doing this in the first place is really important, because they may not be thinking of that. They may not be thinking, wow, she wants to be strong, healthy, and fit for me. Right? Because we're only going to be aging. Age is going to progress. So if she can maintain her strength, her vigor, her vitality, her wellness, and stay out of the hospital, and stay out of a wheelchair, we get to have a better life. Now, sometimes when they start to really process that, they start thinking about themselves. Not, oh, he needs to lose a few pounds, but maybe I need to start taking better care of myself for her. So that this is a two-way thing, and we can support each other because we both want to be better for life, right? So the key is the conversation, communication, all in a way that's positioned to let that person genuinely know why you're doing this. So your reasons for doing this have to be thought out first. If they haven't been already, they have to be coming from a really good, positive, and loving place, not from a place of vanity. Can't just be, oh, I want to look awesome. So, and I don't care if you don't want to look awesome. That's not going to fly. Because that's a whole different ball of wax we're talking about. Yes, we all want to look better. We want to look good. We want to look like we take care of ourselves. We don't just want to look good for the sake of looking good. We want the outside to be that reflection of what's going on the inside. How are we taking care of ourselves? You're seeing the outside manifestation of that. So it's communication, having the conversations, and not just one. There might be multiple conversations, right? So let's say they have that initial conversation, right? An intelligent person sits down with another intelligent person, lays it out in a way that maybe they can have better perspective on, oh, that's why my wife is really doing this, right? Once they start to understand why their wife is doing this, right? What could the wife possibly say to maybe get more support, or maybe even have that person think about joining them? Like, what's some ways they could take the conversation?
After that initial conversation, you could do a fun activity or a date night that involves some type of fitness. Maybe a walk, maybe, a stretching, partner stretches.
Oh, nice.
Maybe making a fun new recipe together. Those would be all good, gentle steps into, I love you, want to spend time with you, and also do this.
Right, so sharing some of it, not in a hardcore way, not like full-blown, but like bits and pieces that person will actually enjoy. Who doesn't enjoy being stretched, doing the manual stretch routine, right? So in Total Access, we actually, I don't know if we've shared that with Total Access. I think it might only be, I'll have to look.
Yeah, take a look, because that's cool.
Maybe we'll share that.
We need to share
so
that.
So in Total Access, we have partner-assisted stretching videos that we use for our team, for personal training purposes and small group training. Maybe what we'll do is share those with our Total Access members, some of whom are tuning in right now. We got Cindy B, we got Louise Davies, we got Marcia Sampaio Campos, Ian the Toppler is tuning in from New York. What's up, Ian? So maybe what we'll do is we'll share these partner-assisted stretching videos. Okay, now, this does not mean you're going to force that person onto a full-blown program, but it's a really, really enjoyable way to spend physical time together that's grounded in fitness and wellness, and will give both of you benefits. Some of you who are already doing the stretching programs know what I'm talking about, but if you use the combo partner-assisted stretching videos that we do with each other, that we have like 5 or 6 of us on video doing the full routines.
We may need to refilm a couple of them, but to get...
Actually, we will definitely be refilming for Total Access members new and updated partner-assisted stretching videos specifically for you guys to do at home. The ones we have were for our internal trainers and coaches to do with clients, but we'll share those and we'll do new ones. Total Access, hashtag below. Hashtag stretch.
Hashtag stretch.
Hashtag stretch.
Not just for your partner though. If you have kids that you like, my brother who is 6'5" needs these stretches as well. They're so good.
Yep. A lot of people here are clients and Total Access members. They're using a lot of the stretch sessions, the Superflex, Gentle Flex that we did during COVID on the Zooms. They're loving them. Some of them make them a daily part of their routine.
Love it. I love it.
So with partner-assisted stuff is going to be awesome. You're going to love it. Okay, so we got a lot of people tuning in here, so we don't want to get too far off base here. So communication, key, critical. How you communicate, what you communicate, and then at minimum, even if you don't get that person to start taking steps with you, you want to get their positive support.
Right.
So even if they want to stay neutral on all this and still live how they want to, at minimum, they should at least give you some positive support and your space.
Or take away that negativity.
Right.
If it's neutral,
Exactly. So now, let's step this forward a little bit. And I have a feeling we'll revisit this with specific examples in the future of how this pans out for Total Access members, maybe some of our one-on-one our clients, our coaching clients. We can share specific examples of people going through this right now and how they've handled it in real time, in real life, okay? Not just talking about general examples we've had in the past, but real time with people who are watching this right now, going through it right now. We will share those in future episodes. There was another part of this. Here's what else may happen, and this is awesome. Leading by example, when you're doing this, maybe you have one of 2 scenarios. Maybe you're getting direct and indirect negativity and lack of cooperation and support for your new endeavors, or maybe you do have the neutral type scenario. Like, hey, you let us live how we want, and we'll totally let you live how you want, because we're not ready to exercise every day, and we're not ready to have like a plant-based, high-quality nutrition plan and awesome meal planning going on like you are. We're not ready for that, but we will support you, right? Now, I'm telling you this because not only have I witnessed this happen, it's happening with like one definitely coming to mind right now, and there may be a few more. Actually, there is. There's definitely another and possibly a third that this is happening to right now. Without forcing anything, without making any strong suggestions, without even hinting, they've been on their program, living their mission, getting support, like you do your thing, we'll do ours. But as this person and these people have lengthened the time in their entire lifetime that they've ever stuck with anything, because it's all, we teach doable stuff. Sustainable, doable, for life. Like, you could live this way forever, and you want to once you start feeling it. These people are witnessing firsthand, like literally over the shoulder in the kitchen. They're seeing this person, they're seeing their body change, their health change, their medical profiles changing when they go for their annual exam. And they'll see, well, wow, she's not really dieting. Like, there's no diet going on here. Everything she's eating actually looks good. Hey, actually, we want to try some of that because it really looks good, right? and they start making better choices. They start asking you to include them in what you're making because they like it. They see she's cooking with flavor. Yeah. Like there's different things going on here in the kitchen that aren't like steamed chicken, steamed broccoli, and a cup of brown rice. No, we're not talking about that dysfunctional stuff. We're talking about like real healthy cooking that's designed to taste awesome, be desirable, and give your body everything it needs from the inside out for all the health purposes, the longevity purposes, the energy purposes, the structural improvements, and the look and appearance on the outside. When they start seeing this and realizing this person's not even on a diet, I don't see keto, I'm not seeing paleo, I'm not seeing zero carb, like they're just eating this new way, and the exercise method we see her doing, like she sneaks off into the other room and she comes out broken a sweat, feeling all good and like saying, feel my muscles, everything's burning, I'm feeling awesome. And she hasn't gone to the gym. She doesn't have big weights at the house. You know, she may have bands, or she may have a SCULPTAFIT home gym system like some people do. Or she's got her medicine ball, her dumbbells, and a yoga mat, and she knows what she's doing with her own body weight. Like she's learning this stuff, and we're seeing her change, we're seeing her get stronger, we're seeing her posture get better, her energy get better, and she's maintaining this consistently.
Right.
Like maybe some days no, because life gets in the way, but big picture, they're seeing this person in their life, in their household, stay on this program, and they're not wavering anymore. They may deviate here or there because of daily challenges or whatever, but they're seeing this person long-term stick with it. Mm-hmm. Then they start thinking, I can see there's no excuse now not to be doing this. Right? So let's get a taste. Let's maybe try one of those exercise sessions with the awesome rubber bands that she has. Mm-hmm. Or let me just go try it when she's done. Like, hey, can you show me that video and I'll try to follow it myself too? Right? So they're stepping in there, getting taste, they see the proof happening, and then they're sharing more and more. Yep. Maybe there's bike rides being done together. Yep. Maybe there's an abs and core session they do together. Maybe they're sharing more of their meals together because they're realizing, wow, this stuff tastes really good. I'm enjoying it. I want more of that, right? What's that awesome salad you made? You never made that kind of salad. This is like a delicious salad. I want more of this, right? So they start asking, they start tasting, they start venturing into that zone with you. Yep. And we're saying this because we've witnessed it happen, right? Why would this happen? Think about it. If in the past you've tried hardcore workouts, things that hurt, things that actually injured you, or things that burned you out, and you've tried some kind of diet with that program that's very restrictive and eliminating all this stuff that we enjoy, right? And being too rigid, too structured, like it's dysfunctional. Most people don't want to do that stuff. It's very hard to convince anybody else in your household to want to do that with you. So they stay away. When they start with us, they may have the same mindset. Oh, here she goes again. Right. Let's just stay away. But what happens is they start witnessing all the good stuff happening and that she's sticking with it. And then not only is she sticking with it, she's saying how she loves it, how awesome it is, how great she feels, how much she loves this new way of wholesome, delicious eating that allows her to go to events, to go on vacation, to be away for the weekend, to go to a party and still not fall off the bandwagon because she's learned principles of nutrition and body nourishment that could be done anywhere as long as she learns the way, right? You can do good no matter where you are, especially in this day and age. Yeah. Like, there are no big parties that don't have full trays of veggies and salads and lean, healthy proteins and bean dishes. The key is to learn and to know and then to execute with this new mindset you've developed that this can be done. And when other people in the same household start witnessing, they start tiptoeing into your zone of goodness because they see you can do it. You're proving to them it's doable.
And we talked about in season 1, just recently though, about how a lot of times people will ask the question, what did you do? right? When you say you're starting a new fitness plan, people don't really ask a ton of details because you haven't proved.
They're making assumptions.
Yeah. Okay. So great. I'm excited for you. I'm happy for you. That's it. But when people start to see changes, what did you do? All right, tell me more. Now you're proof. Your physical body, the way you
and
act,
they're staying like that for a long time.
Yes, it's proof. So if someone in your household in the beginning is a little hesitant to, dive in and support you fully because they may have seen different things in the past, Joey's staying consistent with it. They're gonna see, wow, you are living proof that you're changing in front of me, and you're not doing things that are gonna only last a week.
Right. And for that, let's call them a temporary skeptic in the house.
Mm-hmm.
When you start proving to them, this is different, this is working, I'm still doing it, I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'm telling you how much I love it, right? When they're telling you how much I love it, that's a whole different conversation as opposed to, I gotta go do my hard workout.
Right.
It's like you can hear it coming out. They're telling you indirectly they don't want to be doing it. They don't want to go get crushed. They don't want to go get yelled at. Do more and more and more. That doesn't last long. And the other people around you don't want to be part of that. Often, most of the time. So, let's take a step back. Bigger picture. What should you do? If you're brand new here, right, listening to this, big picture. Let's say you're going to start tomorrow. You want to go into it, your new journey, your new path. You want to go into it prepared that you're possibly going to get some pushback, negativity, either direct or indirect, against you for your new efforts. Just knowing that is going to help you be prepared for it when it starts coming at you.
Right.
You do not let it derail you. You understand that that's actually a natural reaction from most people in your life. The ones who positively support you, awesome. They're part of the team. Just know that there might be some of that negativity there. Being prepared for it is step one. Looking for opportunities to have loving conversations to communicate your reasons why you're doing it and why you plan to stick with it is step two. So that when you see that opening, you approach in a loving way, not an antagonistic fight back kind of way. Loving way, lay it out for them to let them see and understand what they may not have understood or seen before. It does not mean they're going to accept it and believe it and make it a truth to themselves. They may still want to fight back, but at least you have taken the proper first step to put that out there for them. And then it's up to them to process it how they want. Even if it doesn't click the first time, maybe 3 months down the road, this person starts to see the light. They remember that conversation. Now it's making sense. You know what? I got to be an adult here too. I think I'm going to get involved and start taking the right steps. You have to lay the proper foundation. Has to keep coming from a place of love, honesty, and letting them know you would love for them to actually take care of themselves too, so that this could be a team effort. You're both on the same page. And then maybe some of these lifestyle habits you get to be enjoyed together because the values are lined up, habits are lined up, right? There's support there, and it makes both people have a much easier time on that journey. So you communicate this to them. Beyond that, it's really letting them decide how they're going to process it. That's it. You can only do your part. It's up to them to do theirs. That being said, different scenarios play out. Two people can get much, much closer because of this, in ways they never thought possible. And some people may go Splitsville. It's easier if it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a non-married relationship. But some people go Splitsville when there's a divergence of values and habits of living and things that are most meaningful to each of those people. And that's fine. If there's a split, that means new opportunity to find a person who does have the same values, who wants to live out a life of health, wellness, and longevity, and you get to reset. You get to start over again with that part of your life because you've taken control of this part of your life, which is where it all emanates from. That's your foundation. The healthiest you is the foundation of your entire life. Reset, great. Find a new person, same values, now we do it together, right? Or hopefully inspire that other person to meet you halfway. Just meet you halfway, not all the way. Halfway first, and then let's see where this goes. Anything else we need to add to it?
I think that's it.
So if that has been helpful to you, whether you're watching in real time or after the fact or listening to this on our audio podcast, on Anchor, on Spotify, on Apple, on Stitcher, on a bunch of platforms now.
Cool.
If you're just listening, let us know what you thought. Let us know if this resonated with you. Let us know if there's an aspect of this that we touched on today that we maybe missed out by going down a certain rabbit hole.
Yeah.
If there's something specific about this that you would like us to cover on a future episode here in season number 2 at the new studio location, let us know what that specific part of the topic is so that we can make note of it. And if you're listening or watching after the fact, please share this with somebody, one person, at least one person who would appreciate and benefit from hearing this. Share it with at least a few other people, whether it's in real time or after the fact. And let us know that you've heard it. Reach out to us, hit the review button, hit the like button, the 5 stars, whatever it is, right? Now, if you're just hearing us or seeing us new on the YouTube channel or on the podcast streams, Nikki, if they're new, like, oh, I want to go meet these people, I want to connect. Let's lay out the different ways they can connect with us. They can get our freebies. They can explore coaching. If they're local, they can explore personal training in the studio. Or if they're remote, long distance, we can talk about remote custom coaching programs. Let's lay it out for them. What do we got?
Lay it out. Okay, so you're going to your computer, your tablet, whatever you have, fitnesstraining.live. That's where you're going to get some free materials right out the start from us. Fitnesstraining.live, L-I-V-E, not .com. That's where I would start first, because that'll give you the link to our Facebook community group if you're not in there already, and a bunch of cool other stuff. If you are local, in the Jacksonville, Mandarin, St. Augustine, Orange Park area, you can find us on SCULPTAFIT. That's SCULPTAFIT.com. There's info there on our personal training, on remote coaching, on Zoom sessions. We have some clients that are local, but right now they feel more comfortable doing their personal training on Zoom. And so we're doing that through Zoom. We can do that if you are 10 miles away. We can do that if you are 100 miles away. We can do that if you are 1,000 miles away, and add in all those zeros that you'd like. So that's SCULPTAFIT.com. You can find us on Facebook at SCULPTAFIT as well. And if you're super serious and you are local and you want to get into this new space as early as next week, you can give us a call, 904-891-3680. Leave a voice message if you get a voicemail.
Did you cover it all?
I think I may have gotten it all, yeah.
All right, she actually did cover it all. So we're done here. We're going to shut down the audio. Again, this is Joey Atlas and Nick Doherty from the Wellness and Weight Loss for Women and Men podcast and video show from the new SCULPTAFIT studio here in Mandarin, St. John's border. And we appreciate you listening, appreciate your ear, we appreciate you sharing all the positive feedback. And if you have ideas for future shows, future topics you would like us to cover, whether you're watching real time, checking it out on YouTube at the Wellness and Weight Loss for Women and Men YouTube channel, or on audio, reach out. Let us know something specific you would like us to cover, and we will do it. We've got a bunch of topics lined up already, but we always want to hear what other people would like to hear about. Yeah. Even if we covered it in the past, we could do an updated version if it's something that's a really strong topic.
Yeah.
So until next time, be well.
See you then. Awesome. There's been somebody, you need to shout out a couple of these comments. I can't see what you're saying, but they're going live.
We're cruising. Cindy B, Marcia Sampaio Campos, Louise Davies from the UK, Ian the Toppler from New York City tuning in. Who else? That's all I can see right now. There's probably a bunch of others because there's 107 comments.
I know, they're flying through.
Just know we love you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, and we'll be back for more. Thank you for being here. Bye.